Hello, everybody. As promised, we are here. We are a little bit late. And you can see the boys have little collars on. But isn't this the coolest thing? Look at that. We don't have to wear cones anymore. So we had to go to the vet and have a little bit of things taken care of. So we're kind of sleepy and yeah. So this little thing right here keeps them from biting and licking things that they should not. And what's cool about it is it's inflatable. Now this is an extra small cat size. But look, it's it's not those big old cone of shame that they used to have for all of them. So there you go, buddies. There you go, buddies. I'll share this with you. It's really cool. If you need a vet or looking for a vet, have an animal or birds, whatever, the Bird and Animal Hospital in Palm Harbor. I can never say enough about Dr. Murphy. I've been through a lot with him at the vet clinic. But what I want to share with you is when you take your pet in, they treat pets like people. Now I know lots of them say that, but I have seen it firsthand. All of the equipment and stuff they use, whether it's dental work or surgeries or whatever they use, it's the same type of stuff that they use for people's, including the sutures and the super glue, I call it, but the glue or whatever, the equipment. And he encourages, because he's a teaching vet, he encourages you to stay. So I always stay. When my kiddos, when they go to sleep, I'm holding them, and as soon as they start to wake up, I'm holding them again, and I'm watching what's going on in between. So if you've ever thought that might be interesting, and it is, and he explains things and talks to you, it's really amazing. It is not necessarily your cheapest place around. I don't know. I don't even try to compare because I know what they do. But it's like the difference of maybe going, getting your fabrics from us or going to the big box store and getting a super special cheap old sale. You get what you pay for. But if you're looking for a vet or need vet services, let me know. I would highly recommend him. And they call and check up, and they're just really super good. So I was trying to get here to see if it shows up, if anybody had any questions or comments. So I know we were kind of late, but let's see here. I don't know what this is about. Half the time it doesn't show, but that's okay because I wanted to show you a picture of something anyway. Last evening we had Hoop Sisters. They do a once a month 30-minute meeting with the dealers. It's really cool. And I got to be their guest speaker last night, which was super cool because I got to talk to all the other dealers about our event that we had, the 2-day, what was it called? I forget what it was called now, but where we had the Facebook group and everybody had a really cool time. Well, that was really cool to do that. So one of the things, now the one that's coming up is tomorrow, All Things Jolly. That's the one you see on the wall behind me. If I flip this around a little bit more, you can see the winter, the wreath. They were talking about that one last night. That wreath is absolutely up. There goes the camera. That's what happens when you try to move things around and you're trying to do it all yourself. Okay, let's just sit still. They made it into a gorgeous pillow. So you could, it was absolutely gorgeous. They showed a pillow, if you like pillows. So tomorrow we're going to be doing the All Things Jolly, and any of you that purchased during our event, and want some help getting started, I've got a sew along class set up for tomorrow to help you get started and to answer all your questions. It starts in the afternoon, not until 1:30, and we're going to run it till 6, I think it is. Yeah. We'll start it right after Facebook Live. I have that hopefully the last dentist appointment to interfere with classes is tomorrow. But I do want to show you, and I have to do it on the camera right now, a new design they have coming. It comes to the shops first, so we can actually get it now, which means I can get it now, and we can put together a class. And for all of you that like the old trucks, the red truck, this is, I don't know the size of it or anything, but Merry Christmas with the truck and the packages. So if you see this and you think, oh wow, I think I might like to do that, put it in the comments and let me know. Even if you're watching the replay later, let me know, because that helps me, decide what I need to do and how many I need to order. So, this is, I finished this one up, started it, showed it to you yesterday, but I've got it finished. This is the 12-inch square. I think mine actually came out at 12 and a half. But this is the 12-inch square pillow from Kimberbell's next year. They're Kimberbell's mini quilts. Okay, so this is, we talked about it yesterday. I did put the binding on, so I just wanted to show it to you so you could see what it looks like finished. They are super cute. The advantage to these is you're going to get them done faster. They're not going to be as big as a big old table runner. So I got to show this to you too. I don't have them sewn together yet, but here is Emmett's Cottage, all stitched and trimmed. We are ready for assembly. We're going to be sewing these together. And all of these pieces, this is what is called a tile. They're tile scenes. And when you see, different vendors that have the tile scenes, that's what they're talking about, because here we're going to stitch all of these out, and then they get assembled down the line, and one meets up with the next one. So this is, you can kind of see how it's all thread, it's all stitched. This is fabric. Let me show you. There's a couple of them that doesn't have much on it, but I want to show you a couple of them here. Look at that. That is all stitching. And it becomes dimensional because they have the background stitching. The whole thing is stitched down. You can see on the back side. It's all stitched. And then when you put the next pieces on top, they start to pop out. Doesn't have any extra batting or anything underneath it. In fact, there's no batting. This has, let me stop a second. It has the fusible backing and the heavy tearaway from OESD. I used OESD products. I did use OESD's, the thread, Floriani thread. Is it Floriani? No, Isocord. I'm sorry. It's Isocord. They use Isocord. Thread on it. So this is all of the threads. There are 50 different colors in this. But I'll tell you, the way that it came out, some of my favorite ones, look at those flowers. And this back here, the little path, actually, when you look at it, is not quite as high. It's not flat. I know you're not able to see it from here, but you can see you've got all that dimension. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to get them sewn together. So let's talk scissors. That's what I thought. We'd talk scissors. Or usually do gadgets on Wednesday, but if Mike pops on, then I have to switch back and forth with him. So these are my paper scissors. I do have a pair. I think it says paper on it. These are my paper scissors. What I do is when I go to retire a pair of scissors after I've had them forever and a day, they become paper scissors. Mike is an excellent scissor sharpener. If you're anywhere around, I mean, if you can't find someone, you could always send them to him, but anywhere around, I have seen him sharpen just about any and all kinds of scissors except for the dollar store ones. They melt. But I did want to show you scissors. I have a collection. In fact, here's a question for you. If you want to participate, how many pair of scissors do you have? Count all of them. I don't care if they're kitchen scissors, sewing scissors, or maybe just sewing scissors, paper scissors, whatever. Count them if you want to. Count them and you can post it and let us know. We just got in. This is something new from. I think I got these from Moda, but Kai scissors. Kai makes a beautiful pair of scissors, and we have this serrated gift set. We have them in red and we have them in the lavender or purple color. Look at that. I didn't want to take these apart because I think I have to take them back to the store. But the scissors, they come in a set of 3. You have 3 different scissors in this set. One is the little 4.5 patchwork scissors, really good for small trimming and cutting. You can see they all come with the little cover for on them. The tips are kind of blunt, so you're not going to poke yourself really sharp, but it's serrated. Now, I don't think that you can see that, but I can, and I can feel it. I don't want to push too hard, but it's got a little teeny tiny serrated, which means it does a fantastic job cutting. So these scissors come with the 4.5, then they come with a 6-inch, and then the 8-inch. But what I can show you is I did buy a pair of their big heavy duty ones. These, and their scissors, Kai scissors, are made in Japan. And I don't know if I hold that up, if you guys can see, if I put something behind it. Let's see what I can hold up there. If that shows if you can see or not. But they're serrated, which means you can't necessarily take them and rip it like you can with some of the others, but it means that these scissors will cut through multiple layers. So when you have to really cut something, but I got these as the larger heavy duty ones. Same quality, same process. So I wanted to show those to you. And then they have these little tiny ones. Look at these. These are super, super sharp. They're, I don't think that these are serrated. No, these are not serrated, but I really like them I keep them next to my machine when I have to do some little snips, because I can snip them this way, or I can turn them around and snip them that way if I want to. So I have those. So, and we have K. Buckley scissors. I think we have some of those at the store. But if you're just, getting started and you want a decent pair of scissors, you can't, break the budget on, heavy duty ones. We do carry these, and they're quite affordable, and they're pretty. This is an old pair, and they can be sharpened. Mike has sharpened these over and over again. They come in different sizes. This is the large one. Then I think we have some of the smaller ones. They're titanium, and they do a really, really good job of cutting. Now these do not have a serrated blade, but if you need to take and kind of go through your fabric, you can do it with those. Then all of those big scissors are all well and good, and I know we've shown the Kimberbell scissors before. But maybe somebody hasn't seen those. Kimberbell has a nice set, nice and sharp. They do a really good job as well. I like them. This is the set that Kimberbell has. Comes in this nice little blue box. We've got them at the shop. And these, some of the things that I like about them is this pair here is a small pair with the duck bill. That's what we use for cutting and trimming our appliques. This is a small set, small pair, so you can do the work, do your trimming in the hoop. It doesn't take up a whole lot of, a whole lot of space. So we have those. And in the set, these guys here come in handy. They come in handy for a lot of things. They've got blades on both sides, so you can use them to get those little teeny tiny things that you need to get out of little threads that you're trying to trim, little pieces of glitter, little pieces of foam or foil and stuff that's in those areas. Some of it you can use it. I use this sometimes for my fringe, trying to get the fringe out. So that's part of the set. Then when you need to get in there and you need a nice blade and a point to get into some of those little places on your appliques, not just embroidery, but the applique for if you're doing sewing applique, you still need to get into your scissors. And these are pretty cool too. They're good for cutting your threads or keeping next to your machine, because all you do is squeeze them. Squizzers. They call them squizzers. So this is a set from Kimberbell. The only way you get it is you get the whole set. But most of those different types we have in different brands at the shop that you can purchase individually. Meaning, I will show you. I like these two. This is Quilter Select. They're a little bit larger, but look at that point. See the duckbill with the point? These are a really good quality. You can get into, it's like a 2-for-1. You've got the duckbill for your applique, and you've got the points to be able to get into the points on those little tiny pieces and stuff that you need to trim. So I really do like those. And let me see, we just got in 2 new ones, and I haven't even had a chance to try them yet. This one is Hoop Scissors. Let's just open them. Okay. And these, I like when they come with those little things. Did anybody else save those little tips like me? I save the tips and put my scissors back in them. You do want to be careful with your scissors to not drop them on the floor, especially if you have hardwood. Hardwood, you'll put holes in the floor. Carpet, they'll get stuck. Tile, you can break the tip on your scissors, and that messes them up, or bend it, and then you're really sad. So these are good for trimming. It says trimming in the hoop because your hoop's here and you can get in there to trim. The flat blade makes cutting your fabric quick and easy, and the point helps to trim close to the stitching when necessary. So a little bit different. And yeah, I want these are mine too. I'll use those as well as using the duckbill. So it depends on what I do, what kind of project I'm working on, which scissors I like to use. And then, if you like those, here's the little mini ones, a smaller size for the hard to reach areas. So, like I said, we've got the Kimberbell set if you want to buy a whole set. Sometimes people say, well, I don't want that whole set. I only need, and they don't sell it like that. But we have several other brands that are excellent. Look at those. Those are just too cute. So they've got that same for getting into the hoop and getting in and a nice sharp point. So that gives you another option. And I believe you can't have too many pair of scissors. I like to collect them and I use them. And I have some of them, the little $2-3 ones with the I don't think I have any of those laying in here. They may be laying over next to my multi-needle, but to snip threads. So I do have a collection of scissors, but again, you need to have good tools. Most all of us, we have a spouse or significant other. If they need tools to do their job, we make sure they have them. So same thing. We need to have good tools. So, anybody have any comments or questions? I just wanted to, to pop on And it's, oh yeah, there I am. Okay. So let me turn the volume off, and then I can see 10 pair of scissors here and 2 each in my vacation spots. Oh, 10 and 2 each, 10, 12, 14. Okay, Grand Jenny's got 14. We may just have to see who's got the most scissors, because I can see you scrambling. Remember when we did the count to see who had the most yellow thread, and we came up with some crazy numbers. So let's, darn, there it is. So let's see who has how many pairs of scissors. Colleen's got 26. Look at that. Makes me smile. I can kind of see you scrambling and looking to see how many scissors you have. Jane, you've got more than 35. Oh no, I don't know that anybody wants to know how many I have. But no, there's nothing wrong with it, because you collect all kinds of things. Oh yeah, I have a set of scissors. I mean, I can go over. I have a set that goes with the serger. I have a gold set that came from Baby Lock. I have, every time there's something that's different. It's like when I go to races, I collect all the daggone water bottles. Those I do fill full of water and keep in the freezer. So Colleen, I knew you'd love the truck. Are you going to do fabric kits? Sign you up with the truck. Well, the design, I have to check and see on that. Love them. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if you're asking about the truck or the mini quilts. Mini quilts, yes. This is what my plan is for the mini quilts for fabric kits. Okay. We'll have it set up so you can do the class. You can. Let me just go back and I'll explain it a little bit. Okay. If you want to do the mini quilts, now this is February's, which is what we would start with in January, so we can be a month ahead. Okay. They're 12.5 inch. You can go onto the website now and pre-order your design. I don't know if it's a CD or a USB, but that we're selling those, pre-selling them now. That from Kimberbell, you can get that. Order it now. As soon as it comes in, we'll send it to you. It's good for 6 months. So the price of it, 6 projects. And some of these can be used individually too, which is really cool. There is also an embellishment kit. I would highly recommend it unless you've got tons of little bits and pieces around. Because for January there's knit fabric in there, at least I believe so. If you get all the embellishments, you'll have all of the glitters and all of those different extra things in that 6 month, for the 6 months. So what we're going to do is put together kits, fabric kits for the 6 month. I'm not doing them each month. I'm going to do the whole, pick out all the fabrics and make it available that you can order it, and you'll have all the fabric labeled by month in little bags. That's my plan. And if you want those, you can order them. Okay, so we're gonna do that, because some people want to use their stash. Others like to be able to pick up a kit and go, or maybe don't have a big stash. So we're going to give you that option. So I'm working on that. Okay, so I do see she said, yes, Jane, Mike sharpens scissors. Yes, you bring them in and talk to him about it. Badge wheels. Okay, look, I love to see what everybody's working on. 35 pair of scissors, 26 pair. Yeah, the truck, I'll look at that. I have to get the designs and stuff and see. It's not been released yet. They just showed it to us last night, but then I show it to you guys first. Remember this little guy? I showed you this picture. If you want to be part of our group Sewing the Navigator, this is another new cool project. You get to pick the size you want it to be, because once you pick the size, that'll determine your supplies and your fabric. We will help you choose your fabric, because you get to pick your colors. If you need help, I'll be happy to help you. and it's going to start the end of November. I think the USB sticks, there's a send and a USB, will be here next week. So you'll have, oh goodness, I was up really early with those boys this morning. So you'll have plenty of time. We're going to run that 10 months. It's a big project, but we're going to work on it together. And I've got that planned. There is another new one coming from Hoop Sisters that will start, and we'll be using, the designer's going to teach it in 5 classes and have a Facebook group. So it's going to be something a little bit different, but we're on board with them on that. So that's all I have. Does anybody have any other questions or comments? I don't see anything else. Trudy, Reno with your Lions Club. Lions Club is a good organization. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go take care of my puppies. They're whining a little bit. Oh, I see one. I think I lost one, so I better go. Oh, no, right here. And they're staying close to Mama. I will be back tomorrow at 1. I'm not sure how my mouth's going to work, but I am going to the dentist very early in the morning. And then we'll be working on all things jolly. That's, if you want to jump on board with that, you can still get registered. What we're going to do is, I named it All Things Jolly because that was what everybody that was asking wanted, was to work on that quilt wall hanging behind me. But then some of you asked and said you had, you had bought other projects from Hoop Sisters and didn't know where to start or how to get started. So that's what tomorrow is going to be. It's going to be for you, whether it's All Things Jolly or whatever. The process is going to be the same. I'll be there to help do some demos and help you to get started using the designs, being able to sew them together, using the George trimmer. And you're going to find out that George trimmer can be used for other projects, and the Battleizer for other projects besides just Hoop Sisters. So until tomorrow, make it a great afternoon and go sew something.